John, thank you for being here in Strasbourg.
It's been a pleasure.
To attend the Fantastic Film Festival for as a jury.
Yes.
Yeah. So you've now seen all the movies.
I have, except one.
Except one, but we're not going to talk about movies.
Okay.
We're going to talk about your work and how it relates to Fantastic genre.
Okay.
Well, yeah. So, and well, a few questions as a jury. I'm very interested because you're the only writer.
Yeah.
In the jury this year.
Yes.
Yes. And when you talk with your other jurors, do you feel you have a different approach of cinema?
Yeah, maybe I do. It's not that I concentrate on the writing so much, but I feel that the others take into account things that I don't. I think I'm more of a... No, I mean, I've written the script for my own first movie, but that's as far as I've been involved in the movie business so far. But I see that they take different aspects of the movies. There's the commercial aspects, or they talk about the framing and the sound more. I'm more into the story.
Yeah,
the story and how well it worked. That's my main thing. Or how much it hits me, how much it gets to my heart. But I feel we don't have a problem communicating with each other. We're not from different planets after all. We're still doing creative work in one way or another. And
you just say that you do not only watch writing when but do you still feel you pay more attention to characters and the way they are written and the plots?
Yes.
Yeah,
I think I do. A film can be immensely beautifully filmed, for example, and it's still if the story doesn't touch my heart, it's hopeless for me. I'm not a cinephile in that way. I'm not hardcore. Just a story. Look at the story. I'm not that either. But it's very important for me if I'm going to like a movie. But there was one movie. Actually, I won't talk about it. I won't mention it too much. But maybe my favorite movie was very much more visual than story. So but there was an emotional impact in it instead.
Of course. Your books were adapted in the cinema, especially You Let the Right One In.
Yes.
And but deep down, you're a writer.
Yes.
So it's a solitary work. Work.
Yes.
You work on your own. And as you come to festivals, as you meet the cinema world.
Yes.
Do you think about writing something that's only a script for a movie, or maybe directing your first movie?
Directing, never. I don't have the eye. I don't have the eye for... I'm colorblind, and I'm almost aesthetically blind too. When decorating our house, for example, at home, I tried once. We're going to paint and put tapestry in our hall, and I drove through it. It was going to be done the way I wanted it. We did it, and it looked awful, and I saw it myself. Shit. So after that, I don't take any decisions in that area. So I would be a terrible director. I've written things specifically for the screen also. And I'm adapting a few right now. This is the big work I'm doing now. I'm adapting 3 different of my books, most for television and 1 for film. So I'm very much into that sort of thing.
Exactly. And writing for a screen, opposed to writing book. Do you feel it's a lot less work? Oh, I mean, it's not that exhausting.
No, yeah, it's more exhausting in the way that writing it is no problem. The first draft, that's really quick. But then other people have opinions. A lot of people in different stages. And then it gets exhausting. In that manner, it's much easier to write a book. Because I go through them with my wife. I read aloud to her. She tells me, oh, this is weak. So, and then she reads it before and I make changes before I submit it to the publishers. So it's usually very finished when I submit it. Whereas with the movie script, it's like it's never finished. So that's a big difference. There's so much more opinions on a movie script, and of course so much more money involved, and therefore a lot of people want to have opinions, and this can be very difficult. But I love movies, and the movie I love it. Like this festival, for example, and the people you meet here and the movies you see. I love the thing, as such. But I should really only be writing books. But I can't help wanting to write movies and TV stuff.
Yeah, we try to program some very different movies.
Yeah,
with various sensibilities.
You certainly did.
And do you think it's a good thing?
Yes.
Opposed to only going straight to genre?
No. That would be lousy. I think you had a great mix of different movies, and I would say that the lowest level is very high. Apart from one movie I saw, but in my opinion,
let's not talk about titles.
No titles whatsoever. I understand that, but I would say that the qualities. If I watch quite a lot of horror movies and genre movies, and so many of them are rubbish, and almost everything I've seen here is. So it's been great in that way too. Just getting up in the morning, watching 2 good movies every day.
Thank you for this.
Yeah. Well,
and
thank you.
Something I ask every juror. Today we feel like something has changed. It's like genre is everywhere.
Yeah.
And nothing's really genre anymore.
Right.
Yeah. What do you think about this?
Yeah, well, that popular culture has diffused out into just general culture or highbrow culture. That's a fact. That's been going on for like the last 10, 12 years, something like that. So of course there's also the genres are mixed. What was the question really?
The question is, do you also feel like somehow genre is dying because this particular frame you had to work into? It's not that.
No, I think it's being elevated because there's so many. I mean, there's always been great directors doing horror movies before.
Yeah.
Not very often, but every now and then, a really great horror movie by a director famed for other things. But now, I mean, now a really good director could easily start out in the horror field. This has happened also, of course, before. But no, I just feel that the genre, there are still hardcore genre movies being made, a lot of them. So it's not like the genre is dying. I just think it's good for the genre, that it takes part in it being elevated to a level where it's accepted, to be written about in the culture pages and so on.
Yeah, totally.
So I think it's a good thing.
That's what we also think. That's why we program a crossover section.
Yes.
Yes. I don't know if you had the chance to watch those movies.
I think I watched some. Yeah, I did.
Okay. And the main argument, because according to the last question I was asking, is that many people come to us and say this crossover movie, it totally could have been in competition.
Yeah.
And this competition movie could totally have been a crossover.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm not sure actually which fall into which category of the things I have seen, so I can't really say, but I definitely can say that in the competition section there were some movies that's not very, it's not horror genre at all.
Yeah.
Good movies, but not really horror. But yeah.
A few times I saw you writing in the lobby in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Oh, working. I don't know.
No. It's actually I've written like a letter to my son from when he was a few days old up until he was 15, and it's over 1,000 pages. Okay. And he got the first part when he quitted high school, bound as a book, and now I'm making the second part for his 20th birthday.
Okay, so I thought maybe you were writing a new book, whatever, and
this is vacation.
It's vacation, yeah, totally. But in this vacation, watching movies.
It is.
And you find inspiration sometimes?
I'm sure that I love the Stephen King phrase, the boys in the basement, that you have the idea for a story, you don't really know what to do with it, and the boys in the basement start their work, the subconscious, the things that you don't really know how it's working. And I think during these days, the boys in the basement have got a lot new material to work with, but I can't really say it's this. I haven't gotten any new ideas consciously yet, but there's new stuff down there now, which is a great thing. Yeah, totally. So cinema also inspires you? Yeah, sure. As an author. More than books, I think, generally. Okay. Cinema and video games also, yeah. Also video games? Yeah. Oh, really? Yeah, we don't often talk about video games with the jurors, but do you play a lot of video games? Not a lot, but enough. I mean, at least mostly for like an hour a day at least. Okay. yeah, we played through, you know, a lot of the major titles, and especially if something good comes along, which is horror, we always tend to play that. I say, because my wife usually sits with me, either if it's a co-op game, we both can play at the same time, like Resident Evil, or mostly she's just, oh, because I'm colorblind, she can say, oh shit, you missed that. And she's much better at puzzle solving than I am, so then she can take the controller, So yeah, we play. And I know, this is consciously, I know some video games I have taken ideas from to mine.
Consciously, and you know some movies you've taken things from. Not that we're asking which ones.
Right, yeah, I'm sure I have. And I know, if I could sit down and think for this an hour, I could probably make at least a small list of things that I've taken or inspired by movies,
Okay,